sitting at a weird angle because the camera is lower, so it's doing that unflattering upward shot, so you can see all the weirdness. Everybody likes that upward, the up looking down angle. That's the most thing. Oh, still looks terrible. Maybe it's just my face. Who knows? Either way, hi. How's it going? I recently had a trip back home, and I thought I had these items, these PlayStation games, somewhere, but I didn't know where they were. I thought maybe I had gotten rid of them at some point. Yeah, it's better than the hair, I think. Because the hair is looking bad. Yeah, it needs some work. Hat, definitely. Could be a better hat. I don't think I do have a better hat right now. Maybe I do. Ooh. A little different. Alright. So, I thought I had these, and I didn't know where they were, and I thought I may have gotten rid of them. And I recently had a trip back home, and I found an old lunchbox. And in said lunchbox were some fun little items that I were happy to find. This lunchbox is from like 2003, I believe. It was like a gift thing that I had gotten with like, you know, some other stuff from like my grandparents, I believe, or probably my parents. But you know, I'm a Marvel fan. Spider-Man was huge back then. Ultimate Spider-Man was a very big thing going on, and has some little extra things that I had saved from some magazines. Yeah, some cutouts with some little bits of information, things like that. Yeah, articles, cool imagery, interesting stuff going on. For the movies that were around then. Oof, sounds like an old newspaper. But yeah, wasn't the best job, obviously. But yeah, coming May 22nd, to Ambassador Suite Hotels, a chance to save the day and your vacation by swinging on a web and visiting ambassadorsuite.com or calling 1-800-AMBASSADY, whatever, blah, 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 embassy, I'm saying ambassador. I don't know how to read words. Either way, cool stuff. Cool stuff. But yeah, that's not what I was looking for. Cracking open this lunchbox. What I was looking for were these. That's it. Not very much excitement going on there. It's just Final Fantasy VIII and Spider-Man 2. Enter Electro. Once again, as I said, Spider-Man fan. And, well, just a gaming fan and just not a person to throw things out. These discs are actually kind of like the container and paperwork may not be the best. It's working, it's flexing pretty well now, but the books are still there. I looked online. You could find other people that got all of it. People didn't really mess too much up with this one. The first disc is very played because it was the one I played. I didn't get far into the game. Second disc, third disc, fourth disc, all in good condition. My memory of the game was that I wanted to play a Final Fantasy game as a kid, and I didn't have a PlayStation 2, and PlayStation 2 was very heavy in its releasings and stuff like that. It was just everything was PlayStation 2 at the time, but I had a PlayStation. So PlayStation was still getting some love, and it had a huge catalog. I was always behind on the game systems as a kid. I just didn't have it. My family wasn't giving me the brand new thing. They didn't give me the Nintendo. I played Nintendo maybe twice ever. And I think still in my life, I've probably played Nintendo a handful of times, maybe 5 times in my entire life have I played a physical Nintendo system. I played Nintendo games, probably through emulators and things like that, but the Nintendo 64, Nintendo Super, Nintendo, any of those systems, I haven't played them really more than, as I said, a handful of times. I played their games on emulators and things like that. I just so yeah, I didn't have a lot of systems. So I had a PlayStation though, which was a very old PlayStation that I had gotten as I believe a hand-me-down from somebody else. As all my systems, except for my Game Boy Color, which was the very first system that I had gotten that was full on in the era of its full run. Was the Game Boy Color. It was one of the purple see-through ones. It was like $70, $69.99 or some shit like that when it was originally out there, and that was a lot of money. It definitely felt like that. As now I look back at my family and stuff like that, that felt like a lot of money. So that's why all my game systems were hand-me-downs. So I've had a PlayStation for a long while into the PlayStation 2 run, before I then got a hand-me-down PlayStation 2. But I saw games that were on PlayStation 2 that I were intrigued by, like the Grand Theft Auto series and Final Fantasy and different games like that. And I thought, well, let me get them their predecessors on the PlayStation, because there were versions of those games on the PlayStation, and I had no real mindset or anything about like reading up on the games or with how they were played, how they went down, and things like that. I just assumed that they were very closely related in design and game setting and story and things like that. I had no clue about any of it. So not knowing that like Final Fantasy is a game that is just those are the whole entire stories. They don't continue on just because there's a number onto it. Is not the continuation or the whatever of the next game. It's just a game that has similar style to each other, and then they have these fantasy elements and whatever. I'm not here to break down how Final Fantasy is. I'm just saying about the game. When I got it, I was thinking about 10 and 10-2 and things like that. Those were the two I really remember as a kid, or being younger as a kid, or whatever. I guess early teens. Either way. So I saw those games and I wanted to play them. I saw there's trailers for them, and and hype up stuff on G4 and things like that. So. When they would do reviews and I was intrigued, I went and I looked all around GameStops and things like that, and I found Final Fantasy VIII, which was, I believe, one of the last ones released for the PlayStation. So I believe it was the closest I would get to the PlayStation 2 version of the game, because it was the next game. The next game they didn't make for PlayStation. They made it for PlayStation 2. So this one should be basically just like the PlayStation 2 game. So that's why I got it. And I played almost, I believe, none of it. I grinded around for a while in, I believe, a desert with a bunny chick who I think I looked it up recently, and her name may have been Fran. Because I remember a chick in a bunny suit, because I was a teenager. I was just a young man. And that was a woman running around with very large bunny ears. The outfits. Yes. So yeah, I remember that, and I remember the sword with the gun on it. The main character's key or sword gun blade, however they want to say it. I remember that. So that I couldn't get that to shoot. I don't know what maneuver or skill you needed to learn or whatever it was. Honestly, I thought that was the dumbest thing ever. Where it's not like the first move you learn is to not only swipe but then fucking aim and shoot. Like just freaking aim and shoot the thing. Or like as you slice, you pull the trigger and like it just shoots the person. They're blocking a knife and that attack and not knowing a gun's about to shoot them in the face. Like I don't know why it wasn't that like one of the first moves, but I knew I was always frustrated that I could never just learn that move. I was constantly like trying to pick and choose and figure out what thing did what to him and made him do what move. And yeah, I don't remember much about the game, but I remember that stuff. I remember those little tidbits like the chick and running through sewers. I remember sewers, or at least dark, dirty places, and getting killed by weird creatures a lot. Either way, I was easily frustrated, and now even looking at videos of the game, and there's a remaster and things like that out there, I kind of find myself wanting to go back and trying to play this game again, trying to play another version, or a newer version, or a nicer looking version, or a quicker version, or anything like that. I don't care. And then I also start seeing that some of the reviews or some stuff like that were kind of negative. And like some of the, hey, here's kind of the story. We're making jokes of the story and things like that. Like, come on, this is kind of one of the worst ones they ever made. And playing this game, being bored and just stuff like that, I don't think that's just like because I don't like Final Fantasy games. I find games similar to it enjoyable, but I just get bored of many different things too much, too quickly, and so I feel like that just went to fault. But also maybe in general, I also felt that the story of the game and things like that and the first half of it didn't really grab me, so I too, even in that way, didn't like the game. So maybe that's why I stopped playing it. I just chalked it up to being bored easily. But honestly, being bored easily is the game not being good. So the first Final Fantasy I ever gave a chance to was one of the lowest rated versions of Final Fantasy, and then I never really tried to challenge it or go back. I've heard other people, I've watched videos on what the story has been in other games and things like that. That's where I figured out that, okay, cool, the ones that were like 10 and 10-2, those are canonical stories, but other ones are set off their own stories, their own universe type of, not universe, but kind of universe and world or whatever, however, city, stories, landscape. It's their own thing. But yeah, maybe I will reinvest at some point and go to some other one, and because there's better ones that are out that are, I guess they're being remade, but they're doing like episodic things. I'm not really down for that much effort being put into playing a video game. Once again, I get bored easily. But hey, whatever, cool. Hey, that I still have it. That was cool to find out I still have it. It's not really worth anything, but hey, I still got it. Woo. But here's one that I was so happy to see I still had. Spider-Man 2 Enter Electra. Looks really good. It's not bad. It's not bad. I'm sure, once again, the case, blah, the case. But the booklet, things like that, like, once again, it's a video game that PlayStation 2 was around, and they were doing stuff. Their games and the movies and such. So I got the PlayStation game as close as I could to what was going on in the newer games. And I love this game. I did everything. I unlocked as many suits as I could. I used cheat codes to get whatever I couldn't. Yeah. Still has the little mail-in thing. You can fill that out. Oh, let's see what this says. Please take a few moments to tell us about yourself. Return this card completely filled out so we can enter you in our monthly drawing for a free autographed Tony Hawk professional skateboard. Oh, you can give your email address, your name, sex. Oh, player's gender, male or female. That's gonna toast some people's buns right there. Which game systems are in your home? PlayStation game console, PlayStation 2 computer entertainment system, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advanced, Sega Dreamcast, Nintendo 64 game console, Nintendo GameCube, Xbox game system. Wow. When did the Xbox come out? What? This is from what, 2003? 2002? 2003? So yeah. Yeah, wow. Date? Nope, doesn't say like you would enter this by this date. Nothing like that. I wonder if I can still send it in and get myself a signed Tony Hawk skateboard. Electro. Oh man, this is a classic. Once again, I gotta get myself a PlayStation 2. I've said that to myself a couple times. Definitely need to get one. So that, or a PlayStation. I could probably get a PlayStation 2 and play these on it. I wonder if PlayStation 5 will be able to. That would be interesting. I don't know. I'm getting a PlayStation 5 once again. I'm going to be consistent in life, and I think I'm actually going to stay behind on all the gaming consoles. But this game, I remember playing that one completely through and through. Just being the living hell out of it because I was so entertained by everything about it and all the suits that you can unlock and all the just fun. I just doing the dumb shit, swinging around like I was Spider-Man. Come on, how could you not enjoy a game like that? Where you're Spider-Man. Spider-Man games are still some of the best-selling games, and the Miles Morales one is on its way. It's just. I do need to get a PS5. Even if it doesn't play this one, I'll get a PS5, and then I'll still go on Amazon and pay $70 for a PS1 so I can play this game and enjoy it. And I might go out and buy a CD. So I could interchange all the guts out of this one, put them into that one, and kind of revive my case. I don't know if I can fix this one. I might be able to find one somewhere. Some of the paper's a little wrinkled. Looks like it has gotten moist over the years. So it says that I got wet and then dried crinkling going on there. Hopefully that doesn't mean that the picture is stuck to the actual plastic of the case, because that can happen where it gets wet, it gets dry, and then just solidifies to it. Everything else seems to kind of come loose. I would like better fixtures in there because this disc too does seem to fall out, and it does have some scratching on it. I'm not sure if that is from movement of falling out. The other two discs are amazing looking. See, like it just continuously falls out. And that is scary and frustrating because this has been sitting still in a box in a shed outdoors. And it's still alive in a way. You know, it's still not, it's not just like just shredded and fried and disastered by sunlight and things like that. Like, it's in good condition. Pretty darn good condition. Once again, we have another Squaresoft insert here. Has a character's name or little image there on it. Has Final Fantasy all across the inside. And yeah, for gaming tips are available. Gaming tips are available for all Squaresoft titles. 1-900-407-KLUEE. 95 cents per minute. Automated tips, $1.25 per minute. Live assistance, price subject to change. Callers under 18 years of age must obtain permission from a parent or guardian before calling. Game tips are available for callers within the U.S. only. Touchtone phones required. Live assistance is available for Squaresoft titles, publishers of the PlayStation. Game console only. Game consoles are available Monday. Game counselors. Jesus, reading. It's kind of hard sometimes. Game counselors are available Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Times. Automated support is available 24/7 a day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 24/7. I was just saying it shorthand and not just reading. Alright, let's see. Which Squaresoft games do you own? Trollbowl number 1, Final Fantasy VII, Xenogears, Parasite Eve, Kokobo Racing, Bushido Blade 2, Final Fantasy VII PC version, Final Fantasy Tactics, Brave Fencer, Musashi, Saga, Frontier. This is just me reading shit now. Doesn't have a games system list, so I guess it's just like, hey, we know we're on PlayStation. Fuck off. Yeah, I just enjoy looking at the old images and the booklets. I didn't break anything. I didn't break anything. Oh, wait, they got a character thing? Main characters. Squall! Battle screen. Aww. That's so pretty. So yeah. That was me just talking about some games that I found. yeah, there's a thumbnail for you. And, yeah, that's the thumbnail. That was a video. That was fun, kind of. I was talking random stuff. Whatever. Hey, have yourself a great day.